Conference play begins in SEC softball in Knoxville. Tennessee senior Megan Geer missed 7 games with a concussion, but picked up where she left off before. Geer and UT ready for Kristen White, the second leading hitter for South Carolina, and the Gamecocks next. It's time for conference games in the always loaded SEC, where 2 regulars in the NCAA tournament with good teams once again square off at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium in Knoxville. It's South Carolina at Tennessee. Hi everybody, great to have you with us. I'm VinceFerrara, India Childs, All-American at Tennessee. And these 2 very good teams once again square off to start Southeastern Conference play. It'll be cold this weekend. Tennessee known for its offense, India, and once again they're loaded offensively, and it starts with the 2 Megans.
Yes, and they are 2 of the upperclassmen that you will see today in action. You've got Megan Geer and Megan Gregg. Definitely look for them offensively to come on strong, and then also in the defense.
Yeah, both of those 2 leading the way in opponents' half to fear the Megs. Look at that average for Megan Gregg, 500, and then Megan Geer back off of her concussion, picked up where she left off.
Again, this is a very offensively strong team.
Runner off second for South Carolina. Again, that is lifted left field. Geer has a beat on it and will make the catch. Clark the last out, but South Carolina behind a grand slam takes a 4-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the second in Knoxville. After she hit 16 home runs in Colorado, and that boosted Bearden up the recruiting rankings, and Bearden hasn't been able to get her timing quite right. She's a second-year player as a sophomore and looking to break through, and boy, coming up big in this situation can certainly help with confidence. The 1-1, a 2-hopper to the catcher Augustus, and Elliott struggling here, now behind in the count with the bases loaded.
And this is where Elliott's just got to relax and do what she's been doing all game. A very good job by Augustus on that pitch, and she's got to relax and throw strikes.
2-1, fouled back. 21st walk on the year. She's walked twice already. Here's Brooke Vines, reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Bases still loaded, a 1-hopper to second, dropped, toss over to second for the force. Tennessee loads them up, gets a run across, but leaves the bases loaded. Gamecocks ahead of the Volunteers in Knoxville. Walks have led to the long ball for South Carolina. Kalia Snare, the senior, with a grand slam back in the second. That puts South Carolina up 4-0, and then after Tennessee got a run back, Victoria Williams went deep with a walk ahead of Williams. That 2-run home run in the third put South Carolina up 6-1, and the Gamecocks on the road leading the 14th ranked Tennessee Volunteers. Kaylin Arnold, the freshman who's been terrific this year, sub-1 ERA coming into this game, struggled with the walks in the long ball, only went 2 2/3. And then you see the offensive productivity by South Carolina. It's really been the story of the walks and the long ball for South Carolina.
It certainly has, and we talked about the youth and Tennessee's lineup. Well, how about the seniors getting it done for South Carolina, collecting all 6 of those runs for the Gamecocks between a grand slam and a home run. Really doing a strong job of leadership from the upper class and going against this group of underclassmen on the field for Tennessee.
Kaylin Arnold is warming up again for Tennessee for potential re-entry into this game. Right now, it's Kelsey Morrison, the sophomore, in the pitcher's circle for the Volunteers, trying to hold South Carolina down and then see if the offense can come through. They've left the bases loaded twice, but we'll see if Arnold gets a second opportunity at some point.
And that wouldn't be a bad thing to re-enter Arnold. She's new to the conference. You've got Kelsey Morrison doing a pretty good job of keeping these hitters off balance. So you may want to save her a little bit for a potential start in the next 2 games in this series and not show her too much. Maybe put Arnold in and get her a little more reps and a little accustomed to this SEC, but hide Morrison a little bit.
Defensive change for Tennessee as Scarlett McSwain is now in left field for Tennessee defensively. As Tierra Duffy leads off for South Carolina. 0 for 1 today, average at 292. Ground ball to short, fielded cleanly there by Gray. And a strong throw for out number 1.
It's a great job again by Greg, and a super strong arm, quick release.
So for India Childs, I'm Vince Ferrara saying so long from Knoxville, where the final score, South Carolina 9, Tennessee 1. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.